Good day, good day, good day. Good day, everybody. It's good to see you, Pastor Al. Hey, Mommy, I hope you're doing well. Good day, Gladys. I'm wearing my Asante jewels today, Gladys. Yes, yes, y'all know the holidays are coming up. Just putting it out there. AsanteJewels.com, Gladys Williams. She'll hook you up. So welcome to Morning Sip, everyone. Sip is spirit in practice. Thank you, producer. There you go. Asante Jewels. That's what Red Melissa's rocking today. Earrings and necklace set. Fabulous. Good day, Vanessa. Good day. I miss you, girl. I miss you. All right, y'all. So where are we? Yes, Gladys. Where are we? We are in our excavation, right? Excavate, our Excavate series. And it's the perfect sequel. Oh, now we got sequels, Red Melissa. Okay, girl. It's the perfect sequel to alignment. All right, so let me just remind you all what definition we're working with. Excavate, to expose or lay bare by or as if by digging, to unearth. So just remember, expose, lay bare. That one really gets me, to lay bare, digging, and unearth. Yes, yes, that's where we're going. That's where we're going, producer. Right there. We are going in. And I asked you yesterday, are you ready to dig deep? Are you ready to dig deep, Wayne? Are you ready to dig deep, Lindsay? Are you ready? Are you ready, Nan? Because we're going in. We are going in. We're going to dig in deep. So I had shared on Sunday in my sermon that when I think about digging deep, what immediately comes to my mind is like digging for treasure, right? And so we know when anyone is digging for treasure, right? They know that they're going to have to do some work, right? They know they're going to have to do some work. They know that they're going to need the right tools, right? You don't go dig for treasure using a stapler, right? You want to use the right tools. And the perfect tool for us to use when we go to excavate, to lay bare, right? To expose that which is within us that is seeking the light of day, right? The best tool that we can use is our spiritual practice. It's our spiritual practice, because our spiritual practice takes us within, right? To our internal environment where everything is happening. Before we even see it, the blueprint is within us, right? The map, the treasure map is within us. So we take what we really need to use that we know works. So the habit of a daily spiritual practice works. Guaranteed. So that's what we're going digging with, right? And the feeling tone in which we dig also matters, right? Don't go digging in like, oh God. Treasure. No, you got to be excited, enthusiastic about it, right? Enthusiastic about it, knowing that it is there within you, right? But we got to dig in. We got to dig in. And what else do we know about the treasure, right? It's usually not on the surface. You go get your treasure map, right? And you see the X marks the spot. And you go out there, and before you do anything, right? There's the treasure right there, sitting on top of the dirt. No, that usually doesn't happen, right? Or you do one good shovel, and there's the treasure right there, just once. There it is. That usually doesn't happen either. We usually see people who are digging for buried treasure, and it's buried, right? It's in us. It's buried within us, right? We're digging into that sweet spot, right? They're in the hole, right? Sometimes you can't even see the top of their head. They're in the hole so deep. So we dig in until we meet ourselves again, our higher self, our self with a capital S. So I found a perfect illustration of what I'm talking about. And some of you might be familiar with this, right? So say, cool, please put up that picture of the iceberg, right? And this is a perfect illustration of our conscious and subconscious mind, right? We see the iceberg, right? And we see the top of the iceberg is above the surface, right? And that's an illustration of our conscious mind, which is only 10%, right? And so we know from previous SIPs about the conscious and subconscious mind that it's where our logical thinking, our critical thinking, our very limited memory is where we perceive the past, the present, and the future, right? It's our thinking, right? It's the thinking that we are aware of. It's how we reason, how we negotiate, right? And then, but look what's underneath look what's underneath the surface. 90%, y'all, 90% of our subconscious mind is beneath the surface. We don't see it, right? We don't see it. It's where our beliefs are, limiting and unlimiting, right? It's where our conditioning, our past programming, where our emotions reside. It's where our imagination is, intuition, on and on and on and on, right? It's where those long-term memories are, right? When I talk about that limiting belief that I had about not being enough, it was there underneath the surface, buried in my subconscious mind. And I had to do some digging, right? Digging within myself to transform that belief, right? So that it becomes a part of my subconscious mind and my conscious mind. And so that I can create from that aspect of myself. So we have to dig in, right? And so I just want to say, like, I'm giving y'all a sip. I'm giving y'all a sip because last night I was working with this, and before I knew it, 2 hours had gone by because I went in, right? I was like looking at Freud and all these things, right? And so if you're a student of Freud, you know that Freud talks about the ego, the superego, and the id, right? He talks about the conscious mind, the pre-conscious mind, the unconscious mind, right? What I'm talking about is spiritual psychology, right? Spiritual psychology, how we are made from the source, how we are truly whole, perfect, and complete, right? And in this human experience as spiritual beings, stuff happens in this thing called life, but it doesn't change who we are, who we truly are. It doesn't change it, but we have to dig in to recover ourselves, right? To lay ourselves bare, to unearth the truth of who we are, to go beneath the surface, right? It's very tempting to get distracted by what we see, all the shiny things in the world, right? That can serve as a distraction. It's easy to get sucked into it. It's more, it takes intention and activation and being engaged and being aware of the decisions and the choices that we're making every day to go deeper. To go deeper, right? Yes, Imaja, to unearth the truth of who we are. That is the journey and that is the destination, hand in hand. Hand in hand. So I'm going to ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready? I recall sharing in a previous sip about, our thinking, right? Our thoughts are powerful. Our thoughts are creative. Our pattern of thinking is creative. And most of our thoughts are in the past. Most of our thoughts are repeats over and over and over again, right? That 90%, right? That's a lot. That's a big percentage. So we have to be engaged more than we are right now. So I know for myself, I'm like, okay, Rev Melissa, it's time to dig deeper. It's time to extend your spiritual practice. So now I started an evening spiritual practice, right? I beefed it up. Like my spiritual practice before I go to bed is usually I say a prayer, I'll say some gratitudes, and I might play something while I'm going to sleep, right? I'm just extending all of that, right? I'm adding in my reading, I'm adding in journaling again, I'm deepening it, right? Because the treasure that is within each one of us, the treasure that is within each one of us must be unearthed. It must be brought into the light that you are. So I see y'all. I see you, Gladys. Gladys said, I'm ready. Imaja said, I chosen to be ready. I know that's girl. I know that's right. I am ready. Yes, I am ready. Yes. Oh, yes. Y'all know me. I'm constantly talking to myself in the mirror. Oh, yes. Yes. Do that mirror talk. Get your mind right. Right? And how are we doing that with ourselves? With love, with kindness, right? By being gentle with ourselves, not whipping ourselves into shape, right? We're not abusing ourselves. We really are doing the best that we can with the tools that we have, with what we know right now. And we have the willingness, not the willpower, the willingness to take it deeper, to go within. Willpower is a state of your conscious mind, right? And will have you thinking you're doing all kinds of stuff. But willingness is gentle. Willingness is just like having the faith of a mustard seed. Do you have a little willingness, right? That looks like a baby step. That looks like a baby step, right? That we can take day by day, moment by moment, breath by breath, right? So that's where we're going to continue to go. And I see y'all are ready. Y'all got your tools. Yes? Ah, mommy, I see you. What that's saying you hit. Yes, it hit her on, hit the nail on the head. All right. All right. Well, y'all don't have to hit yourselves upside the head, right? We're just going to be like, okay, beloved. Yes. Yes, Nan. Willingness and hope are cousins. I love that, Nan. I love that. All right, y'all. All right. So we're going to continue to excavate tomorrow. We're digging in, we're laying bare, we're unearthing, and we are aware, right? We are aware that what we see is not where we're going. We're going into the invisible, right? Into the intuition, into the imagination, because that's also in the realm of our subconscious mind. Sometimes I was talking to somebody yesterday and we were talking about this, the subconscious and conscious mind. And she was sharing with me that she's always thought about the subconscious mind as a bad thing, because everything that she has been exposed to about the subconscious mind, she hears it as a negative. That's where your past beliefs, your limiting beliefs, that's her listening for it, right? But that's not all that's there. The infinite possibilities, right? Our subconscious mind is in alignment, it's part of the creative process. So intuition resides there. It's all good. It's all good. And we get to use the good. All right. All right, y'all. So we're living life in joy. We're going in. We're deepening. We're going deeper. And we're digging in. And we're excavating. Because we're going to find our yes. If you're wondering where your yes is, it's in there. It's right in there within you. That is your treasure, your yes treasure. And we are going to connect. We are connecting to our yes. And like you know, if you need support with digging in, with accessing the aspects of yourself that you feel are out of alignment with what it is that you desire to do, please reach out to me. I am revmelissa. You can send me a DM and we can set up some time to talk. Imaja, yes, girl. I have my yes. I know that's right, Imaja. And it's a wonderful thing to behold, isn't it? Yes, it is. And we could go deeper with our yes. If you got your yes, take it deeper. Take it deeper. All right, y'all. It's time for some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. Oh, wait, before we get into some joy news, I just remembered I wanted to share this. I'm going to share it real quick. So I really like the way that the Science of Mind magazine, this is from Ernest Holmes, his book called This Thing Called Life, that I think I referred to in the past. But this is from the Science of Mind magazine from the other day. It's Monday, October 25th. And this is how he describes the conscious and subconscious mind. That which connects the outward person with this source is the inward life. Those inward thoughts and feelings that make up consciousness. This consciousness is twofold. We have a consciousness, right? Our conscious mind, that 10%, and a subconscious consciousness, that 90%. The former constitutes the thoughts and movements of everyday life. Our subconscious mind is the sum total of all our conscious states, plus the influence of inherited tendencies and the accumulated thought of the collective mind. Do your work today, because guess what? Tomorrow is the subtotal of today. What you do today is going to impact your tomorrow. So we are creating right now. We are creating right now. All right. So peace and blessings. Hearts to you too, Nan. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes. Connected to our yes.